But I'm going to end this right here, Deuteronomy 7:6. Deuteronomy 7:6, my brother, you are an Israelite from the tribes of the 12 tribes of Israel. You are not a nobody. You were put into slavery because we broke the commandments of God. We're born into captivity. We're born into oppression because guess what? Let me Jeremiah 17. How old are you?
I'm 26 years old.
You were on the earth for 26 years. This book is thousands of years old.
Who wrote that book though? Do you know
Did we just go through this? Is that not the same mindset of every black man? Who wrote that though? Black, your ancestors wrote this. If you don't remember, I got you. Go ahead.
My point in the case is, I'm saying what I said, right? Yeah. And you're saying that's a lie. That's what I was taught, but it's not the truth.
Okay.
And you're saying what you know is the truth because you have this information that was recorded by our ancestors.
Yeah.
So
we got history.
let me finish my point. So my point is, where's your proof to say that the history that you're reading me is the truth, opposed to what I'm telling you is the truth?
Where are you from? Puerto Rico? Your father, your people? Now look at that sign. Look at that. The Bible says Ephraim. Sister, the blacks and Hispanics are God's chosen people. Read that again. Ephraim. That is to the Puerto Ricans today, and that represents all the Hispanics and Native Americans. Because Ephraim is the head tribe of the Hispanics and Native Americans. So when they say Ephraim, it's talking about Hispanics and Native Americans. Read it again.
Ephraim, he have mixed himself among the people.
The Hispanics and Native Americans have interracial marriages with the other people. They had babies with Caucasians, basically. They had babies with the slave masters. Read.
Ephraim is a cake not turned.
You ever had pancakes before? When you make a pancake and you don't flip it and you leave the fire on, what happens to the bottom of the pancake? And what happens to the top? It stays. That's what God says about them. Some of them are dark, some of them are light. You understand, sister? Sister, you understand? Where you from, sister?
He's going into how Hispanics got different shades. Some are black, some are light skin like yourself.
Right. Where you from, my sister? Where you from? Where your family from? Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. All right, sister, don't be too shy when you can't learn something. Y'all together?
Yeah.
All right, my brother, let me talk to you. My brother, you. What's your name? Juan, where your family from? Mexico. To the so-called Mexicans, when you look at the sign, according to history, you didn't always call yourself Mexican. You didn't always speak Spanish. You are an Israelite, all right, according to the Bible. You from the tribe of Issachar, from the nation of Israel, all right? In Mexico, there's pyramids and there's artifacts, ancient artifacts with Hebrew writing on it. You understand? So now, did the Bible describe how y'all got to Mexico? How did you get to Mexico? Give me that. How did your nation get to the Mexico? Because people say y'all crossed the Bering Straits. Is that true? No. How did y'all get? Look, didn't all people come from Africa? They not part of us, brother. We know what we're talking about. They all have their own bloodlines. Now I got you. Now guess what? One. Let me show you something. Look at this. Don't be scared, brother. You a man. You got to protect your family, brother. We all here. Now look at this. The Hispanics and Native Americans went to slavery in 1492. The blacks went to slavery in 1619. And this is the transatlantic slave trade. These are the names that we were called after slavery. But we are the Israelites. You understand? Read what you got. I'm going to read to you the Bible documenting how your people got to Mexico. Read, and the Puerto Ricans, and the Dominicans, and the Native Americans. Read what you got.
Second Exodus chapter 13, verse 14.
Read.
Those are the 10 tribes.
Because these are the 10 tribes. The Hispanics and Native Americans, y'all make up a majority of the nation of Israel. You make up about 10 tribes. Read.
Which were carried away prisoners out of their own land.
Around 700 BC or before, in the land of Jerusalem, in the land of Israel, you were carried out of your land. Why? Because you went to war against the Assyrians. God sent the Assyrians against your people for y'all breaking God's laws. All right, read.
In the time of Hosea the king,
Hosea was the king at that time. Read.
whom Shalmaneser, the king of Assyria, led away captive.
They led y'all away captive because y'all went into idolatry. Y'all went into idolatry. Y'all went into worshiping idols and different things of that nature. Listen, this is history you will never learn, Ron, in school. They're not going to teach you this. Because if they teach you this, they're going to admit that you're the top nation of the earth. Read.
And he carried them away.
They're so called because that's not their real nationality. This is a slave name. This is a term, a byword that was put on us. Read.
And he carried them over the waters. And so came they into another land.
So they took y'all from Jerusalem, from Israel, and brought y'all to another land during that time, 700, 800 BC. Read.
But they took this counsel among themselves.
Around 500 BC, during the time of what? The Persian and Medes captivity, the Persian and Medes empire. Cyrus gave us liberty to do what we will, to go to our own land and to build up our own community. You understand what I'm saying to you, Juan? I'm giving you history that you were never been taught in school. In the time of the Persian Empire, we were under their rulership. They gave us liberty to go and build up our own communities. You understand? But y'all took a counsel amongst yourselves. Go ahead.
That they would lead the multitude of the heathen.
That was y'all thought process. Y'all was like, yo, we went into slavery because we was around the heathen and we were doing what they were doing. God got mad at us and put us in slavery. So you know what? We should leave these people. Go ahead.
And go forth unto a further country.
A further country. Because when you look at this map, over here on the Eastern Hemisphere, what's a further country away from the Eastern Hemisphere? Right here, right? Read.
Where never mankind dwelt.
When y'all got here, there was nobody else living here. Y'all was the only people that was here when Christopher Columbus got here.
Right.
You had what? The Mexicans, Aztecs, the Incas, the Mayans, the Native Americans, am I correct? All right. All of y'all took this counsel at the time of the Persian Empire during the reign of King Cyrus. And y'all said, yo, we're going to go to a land where never mankind dwelt. Y'all came to America, brother. Read.
That they might dare keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
Because y'all came here with the intent to keep the laws that y'all got jacked up for not keeping on this side of the world. And what laws did y'all keep? Look at this. Look at his shirt. Look at the bottom of his, look. Now look at this. This is ancient Aztec apparel. You familiar with this? You said what? You never seen this on the bottom of any dress or any shirt in Mexico on the jacket, on the sleeves? All right, so now that's a tradition. Now let me show you where they got that from. Go to Numbers. Now I'm showing you an Israelite. My brother, how you feeling?
He said he's a nobody according to the Bible.
Brother, you are far from a nobody. You are God's chosen. Hold on. We about to wrap up, but let me show you something. Now, I'm trying to show my brother that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are all one. We were divided and conquered in slavery. But the thing that they don't want is for us to all come back together as one. The way we're going to come back as one is by understanding God's word. You understand? We're going to come together as one by changing our mind back to God's mind. Now, you said you're familiar. Remember, it said that the Hispanics and the Native Americans came to this side of the world to keep the laws, right? You saw pictures and old pictures of them wearing this on their clothes. Now let's see where they got it from. Did they make it up? Let's see.
Numbers 15 verse 38.
Uh-huh.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
The Mexicans?
The children of Israel.
The African Americans.
The children of Israel.
Okay.
And bid them that they make the fringes in the borders of their garments.
God gave a commandment for your people to wear fringes. That's why when you see this, they were keeping the laws. They kept the Sabbath day holy. They kept high holy days. They kept holy celebrations according to God. They kept marriage laws. You understand? But I'm gonna end this right here, Deuteronomy 7:6. Deuteronomy 7:6, my brother, you are Israelite from the tribes of the 12 tribes of Israel. You are not a nobody. You were put into slavery because we broke the commandments of God. We're born into captivity. We're born into oppression because guess what? Give me Jeremiah 17:4 real quick. My brother, don't go nowhere with the tank top. Jeremiah, I'm gonna read one more thing for you. This is the reason why we don't remember. This is the reason why we don't know who we are. We call ourselves Mexican. We call ourselves black. We keep Independence Day and Christopher Columbus Day. It don't make sense. But let's see why we do this. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 4. And thou, even thyself,
So God is telling Jeremiah, your people and even you
shall discontinue from thy inheritance that I have given thee.
God says you're going to be disconnected from the culture, from the laws, from the heritage that God gave us as a nation. That's why we celebrate Independence Day. Are we independent? No. That's why we celebrate Christopher Columbus Day. Is he our hero? Is he our hero, Christopher Columbus? Why do we do that? Because we've been disconnected from who we really are. Who are we? We are the Israelites according to the Bible.
That's
we
right.
are real Jews according to the Bible. But what did God say?
And thou, even
Start from the top, yep.
And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy inheritance.
We were disconnected from who we are. Like if you wake up with amnesia and you forget everything today, you're not going to remember your life before. You might not remember where you live at. You might not even remember how to talk. There's people that wake up out of comas. They don't even know how to talk and how to walk anymore. That's what happened to us as a nation. As a nation, we came out of a coma. Because in slavery, they killed our fathers. And they sold us to slave masters. And we weren't taught our history anymore. We were taught American values. We were taught the values of our slave master, to love our slave master, and to hate each other. That's why we live the way we live. Read it again.
And thou, even thyself.
My brother, who did that happen to? That only happened to us. It didn't happen to the Chinese man. It didn't happen to the white man. It didn't happen to the Arab man. It happened to the people of God. And that's who we are. That's who we be. Read.
Shall discontinue from thy inheritance that I give thee.
Because God gave us these laws. It's important that we stand for these laws. We learn them and we keep them. Read.
And I will cause thee to serve thy enemies.
And guess what? God said it, and he did it. He said, I'm going to cause you to serve your enemies. That's what happened to us, the blacks and the Hispanics. Read.
And the land which thou knowest not.
Because we were brought here from the west side of Africa, and we didn't know this land. Read.
For ye have kindled a fire in my anger.
So that's the point. So we got to understand, we went into slavery for breaking God's laws, and we got to return back to our culture, our nationality, and the laws that God gave us. Because when we broke them, we went into slavery for it. Y'all understand? They got any questions? You understand you were Israelite, right? Because your history is only in the Bible. Remember, I showed you why your people came here. You can't find that nowhere else. They're not teaching that in school because you were Israelite. Give me one more. Psalms 83 real quick. Psalms 83, we're going to wrap it up right now. Psalms 83, I'm going to show you. God says you're going to be sold to who? Your enemies, right? Then God said that. So do we have enemies, yes or no? Who are we sold to? Who are they? What nation? They our nation? Caucasians, and the Arabs, and the Nilotic Africans. The Nilotic Africans, because we're not African. We came from that continent because we left our land when the Romans were trying to persecute us. We fled into Africa to blend in with other brown-skinned people in 70 AD.
If you're going to preach the word, you can't just give it as revisionist history because Africans also sold Africans as well. They didn't just come to
That
our
is
land
what
and
you
say
were
it was
taught
white.
in America.
No, that's the truth.
Brother, Africans. All right, look, brother. All right.
I'm not just
No. All right, what's your name? Brian. I was taught that. You saying that Africans.
I wasn't taught that.
No.
I taught myself that.
Brother, that makes no sense.
It makes sense.
We're only, how old are you?
I'm 26 years old.
You were on the earth for 26 years. This book is thousands of years old.
Who wrote that book though? Do you know who wrote that book?
Did we just go through this? Is that not the same mindset of every black man? Who wrote that though?
I'm just
Black,
asking a
your
question.
ancestors wrote this.
What,
You don't
where's
remember?
your proof though? Because you said what
Did
I
I
told myself.
not just read it for you? Bro, they recorded, they described themselves in the Bible as being black. Brother, I'm not lying to you. Listen.
I'm not telling you that.
All
you're
right, brother,
lying to
I'm
me.
not trying to
just
get
trying
over on
explain
you.
to
This is the
Yo,
thing.
Let me.
Yeah,
can I speak?
go to
I've been
Joel.
listening to
I got
speak.
you.
I've been listening to you speak.
I got
Let
you.
me speak.
Go ahead.
My point of case is, I'm saying what I said, right? And you're saying that's a lie. That's what I was taught, but it's not the truth.
Okay.
And you're saying what you know is the truth because you have this information that was recorded by our ancestors.
Yeah.
So,
We got history.
but let me finish my point. So my point is, where's your proof to say that the history that you're reading me is the truth, opposed to what I'm telling you is the truth? Because neither one of us have actual physical, tangible proof to say that who actually wrote those.
So I want to answer you, right? Can I answer you?
Go ahead.
We have, you see these bags right here? Look at these bags. Look all back up a little bit.
I seen them when I woke
They're
up.
full of books, history books. We have books written by slave masters discussing us. They said we are Jews. They said we are the Israelites. We are not lying to you. We have books from 1400, 1600. Now look, this book is the main book. Let me show you something. Go to Joel 3. You said Africans sold Africans, right? The Bible speaks on that, but you're missing a detail. All right? Let's see. Read read that, Joel 3 and 1.
Joel chapter 3 verse 1.
I got you right now.
For behold, in those days, in the time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
Judah and Jerusalem is the blacks and Hispanics. Read.
I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Because the blacks and Hispanics went into slavery by all nations. We don't remember that history because they're not teaching it to us. We always knew it, but we're under their dominion. They teach us what we know now. So now, jump down to right here. Verse 3.
Verse 3.
ahead.
And they have cast lots for my people.
God says that those nations that I'm going to judge, they cast lots for my people. You see how we standing up right here? We were sold on objects like this. We got a nigga right here, a big buck right here, $300. We got a bad witch right here. That's what happened to us. God is documenting that. Read.
And have given a boy for a harlot.
What that means? They made our men breeders. You ever heard of the term mandingo? They made men impregnate multiple women to produce more slave children. Read.
And sold a girl for wine.
And they made our sisters bed wenches. They sold them for wine and guns, just to run trains on them. They raped our wives, brother. That's what happened to us. Read.
That they might drink. Yea, and what have you to do with me?
Hold on, listen good.
Oh, Tyre and Zidon.
Tyre and Zidon, who is that? That's ancient names for African tribes. God says, what have you to do with me, oh Tyre and Zidon? Read.
And all the coast of Palestine.
And all the coast of Palestine. Look at it, brother. Look at this. You got the Arab man, the Hamitic, Nilotic African man, and the Caucasian man, all in cahoots. Read that again.
And all the coast of Palestine.
Who's Palestine? The Arabians, the Palestine Indians. Read.
Will you render me a recompense?
Will you render me a recompense? Why do they want to repay God? Because God never chose them. He chose us. Read.
And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return the recompense upon your head.
Why? Why would he do that? Read.
Because ye have taken my silver and my gold.
We were robbed, brother. We had riches, brother. We were robbed by all nations, brother. Read.
And have carried into your temple my goodly pleasant things.
Let's continue.
And the children also of Judah.
The children of Judah. That's the American blacks, the West Indians, the Haitians.
And the children of Jerusalem.
And the Hispanics, the Native Americans.
Have ye sold?
Have ye what?
Have you sold?
Have ye what?
Have ye sold?
To who?
Unto the Grecians.
Who are the Grecians? Who are the Greeks? The white man. The Bible says the Arabs, the Nilotic Africans sold the nation of Israel to the white man. That's who you are. That's who you are. But we were taught after slavery, you black, you African. Africans sold Africans.
You know about slavery.
Y'all sold each other.
I don't think that's the whole part of the story.
But
I'm just saying that is a part of the story.
But we read it from
and if
God.
If you tell the story, you got to tell the whole story.
Give us 30 seconds. We got to literally wrap up like right now.
Hands.
So give us 30 seconds and we show
Read that.
Ham, the youngest son of Noah.
Wait, what are you reading? This might be a book a Negro wrote. Who is this? What's this?
The Compact Bible Dictionary.
The Compact Bible Dictionary. We didn't write this. We personally didn't write this. Our ancestors did. And the damn sure we didn't write this. The white man wrote this. Let's see what it says.
Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born properly about 96 years before the flood.
Because there was a big flood. This is scientifically proven. There was a flood. You see fish skeletons on the top of the highest mountains. There was a flood that covered the whole earth. Read.
And one of 8 persons to live through the flood.
So Ham is one of the sons of Noah, the youngest son. Go ahead.
He became the progenitor.
He became what?
The progenitor of the dark races. Not the Negroes.
Not the Negroes, but who?
But the Egyptians.
Egyptians are African, brother.
The Ethiopians.
The Ethiopians are real Hamitic Africans, brother.
The Libyans.
The Libyans.
And Canaanites.
And the Canaanites. Now, you might have some of our people that was left over in Africa that's among them, but the people of that land, the original people of that land, we are not the same. They sold us to the Arabs and then to the Greeks. That's the history in the Bible. The Bible is a black man's history book. That's what we're trying to show you. So we're going to close out right now. We're going to close out right now. Give me Matthew 96. Matthew 6. So we want to show you got a flyer, brother? Yeah, brother. Yo, look, we got a school. We got a school. We got a temple that we come. We learn that. We get our minds right. We get our wives in order. We got our children there, and we get up. We sharpen each other up. We help each other with our problems, and we come out for the rest of our brothers. We come out for the rest of our brothers. We want to get everybody right. You understand what I'm saying? We're here for y'all. We got the knowledge. We got teachers. We got scholars. We got bishops and deacons. We got order. We just need y'all brothers to come along as well. If it be the Lord's will. If it's in your spirit that you see something wrong with your community and you want to do something about it, we here for you, brother. God got the school set up for you. Read.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.